Welcome to the Heavy Spoilers Show. I'm your host Definition, aka your friendly neighborhood spoiler man, and as always, with the Super Bowl comes some super trailers. I really need to work on these puns. Disney dropped a big one, and we finally got our first look at the upcoming series Wandavision, Loki, and Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Throughout this video, we're going to be breaking down the teasers and giving our thoughts on what could be happening in the shows. If we're right, there will be heavy spoilers here, so if you don't want anything ruined about the series, then I highly suggest that you turn off now. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for videos like this every day, and I just want to give a huge thank you for clicking this. Now let's get into the breakdown. Okay, so the trailer opens with Sam Wilson in what looks to be a farm practicing with Captain America's shield. The character seems to be a natural with it, and he's spinning it round without missing a beat. It doesn't seem like he's quite got it pulled together fully yet though, as instead of ricocheting it off a tree, it gets wedged into it, and this is where we get one of the big images from the trailer that shows it's stuck there. Now, we don't know whose house this is, as it's neither Hawkeye's or Tony Stark's, which are the two big farmland locations in the MCU. So it is likely that they have a new ally and are laying low while Sam can build his skills. Personally, I think this is the residence that old Steve Rogers used after Peggy Carter's death, and the character didn't want to bump into his younger self and affect the timeline, so he's just been well out of the way. He could be helping to train the two, and yeah, that would be my theory going forward. From here we cut to Falcon soaring through the air and fighting paratroopers. Now, we don't really know who these are, however, it is clear that Sam has kept the Falcon identity rather than becoming Captain America. At the end of Avengers Endgame, Cap and co were still wanted for breaking the Sokovia Accords, so I believe they will still be getting tracked down by the US government who want to capture them. There's a big signifier later in the trailer that the government have put their own Captain America in place, and it is likely that Sam and Bucky are still being hunted. These guys could be Hydra agents or US spies, we don't know yet, however I'm going with the former. The shooters are using the traditional SHIELD skydive suits, but the green and yellow colours are synonymous with Hydra agents. Those who've been watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. will know that the shadowy organisation still exists, and they pop up from time to time across all of the seasons. The US also want to set up their own Captain America, which I'll get into in just a bit, so it could be the government, and at the moment a lot of it is up in the air. Get it? Because they're fighting in the air. It's great, this channel. They do seem purposely well equipped to deal with Sam due to the suits, so it is likely that they went after him. From here we cut to Bucky holding Zemo at gunpoint. Bucky obviously has a big vendetta against the character, as he was framed by him during the events of Civil War. Not only did this set up a worldwide manhunt for Bucky, but it also allowed for the Sokovia Accords to be set up, which meant that the Avengers were disbanded and Cap and Falcon had to spend a lot of years in hiding. At the end of the film, Zemo was captured by Black Panther and sent to the raft, but since then it looks like he's managed to escape, and this may be because the snap allowed him to, due to society's infrastructure being on the brink of collapse. I mean, the authorities could have just let the criminals out. I don't know, maybe we needed an ice cream sellers or something. We do know that Brewer will be wearing the signature purple mask of the character, but this trailer avoids showing it. Bucky seems to be unwilling to kill him, as he unloads his gun when it's pointed at the character. Who knows, he may even become their ally, as there's no reason for Bucky to do this other than to show he's a better man. I mean, this guy pretty much ended up causing the snap when you think about it. He disbanded the Avengers. We'll never forget Zemo. Now, towards the end of the trailer, we see US Agent being paraded about at the Super Bowl itself. I think this is the Super Bowl. I'm not American, I don't know. It would make sense. You don't come here for Super Bowl breakdowns, do you? I've seen a lot of people say that this is Sam finally taking up the Captain America mantle, however, we know from behind the scenes images that this is actually Wyatt Russell in the role. In case you don't know, in the wake of Captain America's death, the government made their own appointed Captain America in order to keep the world at ease, and this character seems to be fitting the mold of this. He even has Sam's shield, so it is likely that the government did capture the character, take this from him and pass it on to their new man. Perhaps this is why Bucky needs Zemo, as if the guy escaped from the raft, then he will likely be able to break Sam out of prison. These are all just theories at the moment, but yeah, that's what I would guess. The trailer actually ends with Falcon and Winter Soldier shaking hands, and it looks like they've formed a strong unit. The two don't have Steve with them, at least what we know about, so they will have to form a strong unit together. It's the first proper big team of two in the MCU, and though both were pretty much sidekicks at one point, I'm glad we're getting this strong double team of them both. From here we jump across from Falcon and the Winter Soldier over to Wandavision. We see that in this reality, Vision is still alive, and at least this element of the show will be black and white. The series is going to be setting up several events that happen in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and according to the leaks, Wanda, stricken with grief, sets up her own pocket universe in which she can live out her perfect life. This is how she's able to resurrect Vision, as she likely pulled him from another timeline, similar to how Loki ends up still being alive after the events of Avengers Endgame. According to Paul Bettany, the show is bonkers, and it looks like it's pretty much going to be similar to a 1950s sitcom at some points, before changing stylistically throughout the season's entire run. We see snapshots of this, and it looks like the show will be jumping about through several time periods after starting at this point. There's going to be the 70s, 80s, and more, and basically every time period that your parents say are better than the one that we live in now. Vision is also in his signature grey, and though this is due to the black and white aesthetic of the show, it's nice that they brought this across after the character's death in Infinity War. In addition to this, we also get a comic book accurate version of Wanda that suggests she is going into the comic book lore as well as the sitcom one. Kevin Feige did state that this would be the show in which we see Wanda become Scarlet Witch, and it looks like this will be the place to do it. We also see Wanda and Vision getting married, and it's in their living room, which I guess saves money on the day. Now this makes me think that the pocket dimension will literally only exist in their home. They won't be able to leave the property due to its size, and this is why the wedding has to be carried out here. It looks like they got it on as well, as they do tease their twins in the trailer, as we see two dummies being spat out. Due to the time jumps that we see, they likely won't be babies for very long, and we probably see them as teenagers during the show's run. This will help to tie into the Young Avengers, I think, which is rumoured to be in development, and the show will have a lot going for it that pays off in the films when it releases. Next up is our first glimpse at Loki, and though it's pretty minor, there's actually a lot to take from it. So as we know in Avengers Endgame, Loki was able to escape his eventual fate after taking the Tesseract, and because of this, he's created a branching timeline that will have big repercussions. This is still a 2012 version of Loki, who was a big villain, so this is why he promises to burn whatever it is to the ground. On his jumpsuit we can see the letters TVA, and fans of Marvel Comics will know that this is the Time Variance Authority, that are basically policemen that have been tasked with protecting the multiverse from people like Loki, who are travelling through it and wreaking havoc. The TVA have the ability to time travel, and we also have rumours that Loki himself will be doing this in the show and going to his big losses and changing them to wins. This could create multiple, expansive, and massively warped timelines in which the character actually rules the universe, and I'd love to see this motif pop up throughout the series. Imagine Loki going back to 2012, winning the Battle of New York, and then handing the Tesseract over to Thanos. It would be brilliant to see, and I'm massively hyped for the show. And that's all of the first looks, and I have to say I was not expecting this, but I'm so glad we got it. The Sam and Bucky plot thread that was left at the end of Avengers Endgame is probably the one that I'm most interested in, followed by Wandavision, and I can't wait to see how the world adapts to not having an Iron Man or Captain America. The MCU at the moment is in like a real state of, I don't know, everything is up in the air, there's no stability, and all of the big names, bar Spider-Man, are kind of out the window. And though a lot of people are uninterested because of this, personally I'm actually more invested now because it could literally go any way. I think this trailer does an awesome job of setting everything up, and I really can't wait to see what happens when the shows are finally released. I'm going to be doing more breakdowns on the series in the run up to it, so definitely subscribe to the channel if you want to be kept up to date with everything. Now obviously I'd love to hear your thoughts on the trailer and if it's got you excited for the 3 seasons. Comment below and let me know, and if you enjoyed this video then please give it a thumbs up, and make sure you check out our full breakdown of the leaked plot of Birds of Prey. We discuss all of the ins and outs of the movie, so if you want to know more, definitely watch it after this. If you want to support the channel from as little as 99 cents a month, then please click the join button below. You get access to content early and can also suggest video topics and breakdowns. We massively appreciate it, and it goes a long way to helping videos like this get made. If you want to chat to us after the show, either follow us at Definition /YT or click the Discord link in the description below. Every month we give away free movies to people who are subscribed to the channel, and this month you can win Dr. Sleep, and all you have to do is comment on a video and make sure you sub with notifications on. The more videos you comment on, the more you have a chance of winning, so make sure you get involved. The winner's going to be chosen at random on the 15th of February, and the Blu-ray will be shipped out from then to whoever gets the prize, so best of luck to everyone who takes part. This is a channel for people who are super into superheroes, so if that's the kind of thing you like, hit subscribe. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. I've been Definition, you've been the best, and I'll see you next time. Take care, peace.